Oh, also, I will not, I don't wanna uh, say too much, you know, because, it's not it's not finished, not nearly finished. I don't even have like a date or anything. Um, but I wanna say there's a chance, a high chance that I will do a charity stream this year. I don't wanna like say too much because, like I said, I would like to work things out and to get like a specific date and everything, and then I can tell more. Um, but yeah, there's a high chance I will do a charity stream. Um, and yeah, usually everybody who knows me. Usually I don't do charity streams. Um, but I just felt like it. You know, I saw it on Twitter, and then I was like, I kind of felt like doing it. You know, and sometimes, at least in my belief, sometimes all you need is a good shot. You know, like um you as a person, you know, if you have your own trouble, your own problems and everything, you don't have to go like to each homeless person as an example, and give them all your money, you know? You don't have to. So please take care of yourself first. That's 100% okay. But sometimes let's say you did eat something, you got a little bit of change money, pocket money left, you know, and you see someone hungry or whatever, just give him a little bit money. Just give him a small blessing. Or maybe food. Depends. So, you don't need to be like a saint. You don't need to be a holy man. Just sometimes get the urge to help someone. Just have a good thought. That's all you need to do. So yeah, and I just felt like it. But yeah, that's basically all I wanna say right now. But the only thing I'm a little bit worried is I have a very small community here. So I don't even know if we will raise enough money. But after all, I guess every dollar, every buck counts. So it's okay. It will be worth it. It will be worth it. And yeah, I will make an announcement then and everything, so you will get more information. And also, very important, on the stream, all money that will being made or something goes straight to the charity. So there is no way of me touching the money. Makes sense. It's kind of obvious, but you have to disclose it sometimes because there are a lot of people who a little bit mistrustful and distrustful. I don't know. But I guess you know me, like I will not touch this money. I can't, and I will not be tempted. Which candy they produce? I don't. Sounds nice, yes. It is a nice thing. I'm kind of hyped for it because it sounds like a good cause, you know? And there's nothing wrong with doing good. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with doing good. So, yeah. I just felt like it. And if we take part of helping at least one person to smile a little bit or have a better day, it's worth it. It's totally worth it, you know? For me, it costs nothing. It costs literally nothing. I am just here sitting and yapping whatever. I don't care about okay, I do care about money, but I wouldn't care about missing a day of making money. You know what I mean? I wouldn't care. Like, oh no, I lose like 20 cents of income. Yeah, I don't care. It feels good. It just feels good to do it. And I hope I can help someone. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's sometimes I expand topics too long. I'm sorry. It's just me, you know. I just wanted to say I do soon. I will most likely do a charity stream, and that's all I wanted to say. But no, I yapped like the last 10 minutes about it, so I'm sorry. Sorry. I thought so many homeless people outside, but I'm not rich, even broke. I can't do a lot. Yeah. But you also have to be careful because I heard a lot of not all obviously, so you know, but a lot of homeless people are actually acting. They're not really homeless, but do you know what someone can make with like acting as homeless? Each day they can make, let's say, around $100 or more. That's basically an income. If you do this times 30 for like a month, yeah, that's basically an income. So yeah, begging for money, it's for some, it's a good income. And the problem is for those who are not doing it for like scamming, who are genuinely like poor, you know? It's very sad for those because you know, being a beggar or a homeless has a very bad reputation. Just because some bad apples are like abusing it, you know? They're just abusing it. And I'm very sorry for the people who are genuinely poor and need help. Because people will always be distrustful with them. Yeah. But you know, like I said, Nicole, if you see a lot of homeless, you don't have to go to each and give everybody $5 or anything. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like it's a small blessings that count. You know, like let's say you buy a pizza. Okay, just an example. Let's say you buy a pizza, and they have a tip jar for at least in my country, in a lot of like restaurants and shops and everything, they have a tip jar for charity. So for like helping children in need, helping hungry children, helping sick children or anything, just helping people, you know. And you know, let's say you bought a pizza and you have like 1 or 2 euros left or something. Just put it in there. Except if you really need to count your money. Like if you're so poor like me at the moment, I'm sorry, but I have on my bank account $8 left, or like 8 euros. I have 8 euros left, and I have 21 days to survive. That's gonna be hard, but I will do it. I can manage it. I can manage it. I still got enough food, so it's alright. But yeah, you know, if you're poor like that, you don't have to. But if you can give a little bit, it costs almost nothing to you, and it can have a huge impact. And you don't have to do it regularly, just sometimes. Just sometimes in between. That will help. That will help a lot of people. What I will do is to organize food one day and just, yeah. Actually, that's also something I, like if I have to choose, giving a homeless person money or food, I will always give them food. Because you know, they could use it for alcohol, they could use it for drugs or anything, for bad stuff. So sometimes, if they are just hungry, you know, if they literally, if they're really in a crisis and they don't know how to survive the next month or the next week or whatever, just give them a little bit food. It's a blessing for them. Because for them, it means they will see another day, you know? Them it means they will be able to see another day. And if you have someone, you buy them food and they will be like disrespectful and don't appreciate it, be like, yeah, I don't want this garbage, I just want money or anything, just then go away. Then if you have a person like that, then they don't need help. Yeah, if I have to choose, I would always give someone food instead of money. But of course, sometimes I don't have food with me, and I don't have the patience to be like, yeah, okay, follow me, I will buy you a pizza or a kebab or anything. So of course, then I will just give a little bit money. But I'm very careful about handing out money. Most of the time, I'm handing out, yeah, food if I handed out stuff. But like I said, for like charity organizations, that's a little bit different because, of course, there are also bad people who like, if you do charity, they will use the money for their own benefits instead of helping children. Yes, but most charities, I believe, most charities are legit and they are getting regulated. So I believe, if you like pay for charity, it's a difference because then you can very much be sure, pretty sure, that the money will go straight to the children. Or like to sick people, homeless people, poor people, whatever. To everybody. So, if you want to do something good, do it to a official charity. Or like I said, just a little bit food to someone who needs help. So if you meet an homeless people, what kind of suggestion you can give to him? Depends on the country. Because in my country, it's very hard for me to, how can I say, to be, to feel pity. Because I know my country, and I know there are still some specific reasons why you could be homeless. But they're very, 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 very rare. So over 90%. It's just my personal belief, by the way. It's no statistic or anything. Just my belief and my understanding. Over 90% of homeless people in my country are being homeless by choice. And if someone is homeless by choice, I don't feel pity. You know what I mean? Of course, I don't want them to die or anything. I want them to live a good life. But I don't feel pity because they chose to this lifestyle. To have this lifestyle, you know? Yeah. But in other countries, it's very different. In other countries, I would feel very bad because I know there's nothing they can do, or like it's something they can do, but it's extremely hard. You know, if you are homeless, and let's say you are not like disabled, like your body has like you're missing a few limb or anything, you can still do stuff. You can still do honest work, even if it's just like trying to get a quick job, handing out papers, you know, handing out papers, newspapers, or anything. Even that, you just make a few bucks each day, yes, but you can start. You can start. And with this money, you might get a barber, like to do like, or maybe buy new clothing so you look less bad, like out of shape, you know? So you look a little bit more, yeah, I don't know. I don't find the right words at the moment. But yeah, then it's easier for you to get a better job. So you can do something. So my advice would be, you can do it. You can get out of this. You just have to start with something small. Yeah. Getting a job would be the most difficult part, especially if you don't have a bank account, home, and yeah, I know. But there are other options. There are a lot of other options. Trust me. One example, okay? If you go from lawn to lawn, and you are like, hey, can I mow your lawn for a few bucks? That's enough. That's enough, you know. If you mow like for a few bucks, a few lawns each day, yes, it will be hard work. Obviously, it will be hard work, but you will have a small income, and this income will be most likely, if I do math correctly in my head, enough to pay at least for like a little address. Maybe not rent like an apartment, but maybe like having at least a roof, like let's say being in a hotel or whatever, you know? So that's a way out. Or what you could also do, very smart, you also don't need an employer for that. In the summer, when it's very hot, just get a few bucks together with like, I don't know, begging or like working or whatever. Go in the grocery store. You buy a cooler, some ice cubes, and water and like soda cans. You know, it's very hot. It's very hot out there, and trust me, as a merchant, you know, as a good merchant, you need to have your product there where it's needed the most, so it's the most valuable. And if it's extremely hot, and you are, let's say, at the beach, where most of the time at the beach it's very hard to find some cold drinks or whatever. If you just wander around with a shield and say like drinks, I don't know, let's say you buy them for one euro, okay? For €1, one soda can. And you sell them for, let's say, 3 or 2.5 or anything like that. You will totally make income. Trust me, you will totally make income. If you do like stuff like that, if you're just smart, you can 100% go out of like being poor. The most hardest part is you need to, how can I say it? You need to throw away your pride, and trust me, that's very hard, especially for me, because I'm a very prideful person. You have to throw away your pride and just accept that you're at your lowest end, or like not lowest end, but you're at a very low end. And now you really want to make money with an honest job. You don't need to feel ashamed. You don't need to feel ashamed because you try to get out of your situation with an honest job. So the hardest part is just doing it. Just getting up and be like, you know what? I'm doing it. That's the hardest part. I get your idea. And you have to look nice as well. I think none would buy from a... Yes. But like I said, if you mow a few lawns, you can totally pay a barber, you know? That's easier. That's very easy. And also, trust me, except like your hair and everything, if you're at a beach, you can literally just remove your top. Like, if you're being like half naked, no one will care because you're at a beach, you know? So no one will care for your clothes. Just have a sign and say you pay fresh drinks. Also, most important part is you are selling closed soda cans and water, you know? So it doesn't really matter, or almost doesn't really matter, how you look, because the product cannot be manipulated. I hate this word. You know what I mean. No one can mess with the product. No one can like do like spit in it or poison it or whatever, because it's a closed, fresh product. So I wouldn't, from a vendor who sells like salads or something, who looks very stinky and not like with poor hygiene, I wouldn't buy any open food. I wouldn't. But if it's something closed, like a closed soda can, like Coca-Cola, I would 100% buy it, because I know, despite the seller is looking ew, the product is fine. The product is fine. So the same as at the beach. Trust me, if someone is very thirsty and sees a fresh, cool cola, they don't really care about the look of your, like, of the seller. They don't really care about the look. They just want the product. But I get your idea. You have to believe there's always a way out. Trust me, there's always a small light, always a way out. It's just hard to find, but it is. It is. It is. But I hope the Tox office... Tox? Oh, you mean text, okay. Won't bust you because you're not allowed. Yes. But actually, yeah. Okay, without an address, that might be very, very not possible. But getting a business, at least in my country, it costs 20 bucks. That's nothing. That's nothing. If you want to open a business, just 20 bucks. Everybody got 20 bucks. And if not, just ask someone and give it back. So, yeah. Yeah, you could still do it. I wouldn't advise to do it because it's illegal, you know, and I shouldn't, like, advise illegal stuff, so I'm not gonna do it. But I'm just gonna say, you can also, at least in my country, you can make a business, like sign the paper later. So I believe it's almost a year later. So if you start selling stuff now, if you still get your business done, like your paper, in a certain time frame, let's say less than a year, everything is fine. No one cares. Because everybody knows you have to make money to get money. And to start something. So, like, it's like you cannot make a fire without wood. And so they know, first you have to gather wood, and then you can make a fire. And it's the same for businesses. First you need to make, like, to sell stuff, to do business, before you can make official business, like to sign paper. So, it's okay. You can do it. You can do it legally. It's easy. It is. Trust me. It's hard. Still, it's hard, but it's not because of the country. It's just hard because you have to do something, you know. But despite being a little bit hard or like medium difficulty, it's not hard. It's not like other poor country hard. You can 100% do it, and it's fine. And I know my country is known for their papers, their lists, and everything. But even in my country, you can still do stuff. You have to, yes, you have to do everything by law. You have like strict regulations, everything, yes. But you can do it. If you would like to start a business, mowing lawns or selling, I don't know, stuff, you can do it. You can totally just do it and later sign the papers to make an official business. Of course, there are like differences. You have to be, you need to be aware of your regulations, because let's say in my country you cannot, you cannot work with open food without hygiene protocol and people all the time checking your hygiene. So I couldn't pay without being checked by some hygiene expert or anything. I cannot make cotton candy or make kebab and sell them. I cannot, because I make food, and that's not a like you need regulation for that. But if you just want to sell a finished product that someone else made and is like in a package or anything, you do not have any kind of hygiene protocol. You don't. The only thing you need to know is you cannot like how you like store them like cold or anything, and to check the date when the food is spoiled, you know. But that's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. So I would say, because I strongly believe it, everybody can make business. Everybody can make business. There is no, oh no, I can't do it because that and that. No, you can. Trust me, you can. I know it might be difficult, but you can. You 100% can. There's no law that stops you from making business. From making honest business. At least. Getting started is, as you already mentioned, the most difficult part. But once you overstep the impossible, the rest, yeah, it is. Because it's just psychological. You get in a workflow, you know. Starting at first, it's very hard. And the first, let's say, 2 weeks or something will be incredibly hard. But then you start getting into a workflow. And what you're doing, you're getting used to it. So you don't mind doing it anymore. So just the start is hard. And the idea is not always working at first try. I know it, you need experience there, yeah. You need to experience some errors as well. Yes. By the way, it's still hot. It's still hot in my room. I don't want it. I would say the most important part is, yeah, it is. Also, like I always said, you can have high goals. You need to make your goals high. You can dream big. But you also need smaller goals to achieve your high goal. You need to find the way, the path to your goal. Like, if my goal is having a mansion, that's okay. But I should also start with goals like having my first apartment, my own apartment, or my tiny house, or anything. So yeah.